This is not an anime about an ordinary hero saving the world, but about how a hero suffers when humanity turns its back on the one who saves them. Story begins with Leo Demonheart, who has defended humanity in battles against demons for countless years. Throughout his long life, he gains unfathomable power and humans begin to fear him. He tried joining the demon army after humanity betrayed him because they had lost the war against humans and were looking for new allies when he arrived at the Demon Queen Echidna's castle. Leo gives them a resume and explains how he can help them, but the queen at the castle refuses to side with him, even burns him again and again, but he keeps dodging. The reason queen rejects and gets angry is because Leo was the one who long ago destroyed her army. Leo then decides to consult with the 4 heavenly kings of the demon army, Steina, Lily, Melnis, and Edward, since Echidna rejects him. Leo tries to persuade heavenly kings to form an alliance and build the demon army, since they all have fought Leo and even got beaten by him, so they are all aware of his powers. However, the heavenly kings reject him once more, initially because they were certain that Echidna would never consent. But Leo makes a presentation outlining the advantages and disadvantages of having him on the team. Steina keeps wondering why Leo wants to join the demon army, but Leo explains that due to his exceptional strength, humanity rejected him and labeled him a monster. When the heavenly king hears this, he decides to accept his proposal, but only if he stays hidden so that the Echidna doesn't know he is with them. Leo begins assisting Steina with the castle chores as soon as he is hired on a temporary basis. Steina, Echidna's right hand, was constantly under extreme pressure. She initially doesn't want Leo to assist her, but after the young man insists, she gives him the task of assisting her in replenishing the kingdom's mana tanks. Leo accepts the task and disguises himself so that Echidna won't recognize him as the person assisting the heavenly kings. Leo puts full body armor and goes by the name Onyx. He promises Steina that the work will be finished in about an hour before leaving Dennis' office. Leo returns half an hour later and tells her everything is solved. Steina is shocked by Leo's speed since Leo has finished the given task. He begins loitering around the office, which irritates Steina, who yells at Leo and accuses him of being lazy. But just then, Diana, a member of the castle staff, shows up and approaches Onyx, telling her that the stone he had given her to fill the mana tanks had been a complete success. Following this, Leo informs Steina that he acquired a crystal imbued with magic that Diana and the other maids can use, saving her the trouble of traveling to resupply the mana. After completing the job, Leo demands a kiss from Steina, but she feels embarrassed and launches an attack towards Leo. However, after seeing Leo's performance, Steina gives him another job to do something about the shortage of food and other equipment throughout the lands, and unfortunately the one who controls all this is Lily, who is childish and immature, so Steina decides to send Leo with her to supervise her on the way. The journey gets off to a bad start when Lily doesn't take her job seriously and nearly wipes out a village. In an effort to inspire responsibility and teamwork in Lily, Leo devises a plan to pretend that he got poisoned by a snake bite and instruct Lily to get the antidote. However, Leo doesn't make things simple for Lily and creates many challenges for her to overcome in order to become a better leader and work as a team. Lily, on the other hand, overcomes every challenge on her own and gets to Leo's final obstacle. Lily starts to stumble as she approaches a sizable cliff that she is afraid to jump over. Leo, who pretended to be a stranger, tries to encourage Lily to work as a team. Nevertheless, she ultimately finds herself alone as she passes the cliff. After watching this, Leo gave up and went back to sleep. Leo notices in the morning that Lily has obtained the plants, but also that she has devised this strategy to efficiently pass the supplies using everyone's assistance, all thanks to Leo's previous advice. After arriving from the mission with Lily, Leo talks to Steina, who tells him that the queen has been impressed by the work and she has requested to see Onyx. Leo panics at first because he believes that the Echidna knows his true identity, but it turns out that the Echidna only wanted to reward him with a feast of food and alcohol. Leo gladly accepts the invitation, but he makes haste to get away before the queen finds out his true identity. The queen abruptly asks Leo to remove his mask while they are both eating and drinking, but he refuses, but this does not prevent the queen from removing his helmet as she begins to remove his mask. Leo manages to change his face with magic on time, and his identity remains hidden in front of the queen. Since Leo is in the safe zone now, they both continue the conversation, and she tells Leo that she came to the human world looking for the Philosopher's Stone. It turns out that the demon world was in trouble. It didn't have any plants or even the sun. So Echidna wanted to use the stone to heal her world, which will help stop the war between the demons and there will be no more blood fight. After realizing her noble intentions, Leo starts to respect her even more, and Leo tries to tell her the truth about his identity. But Steina and Lily interrupt him with alarming news. Melnis has gone on a journey and left the group, while Edvard is trying to kill himself. After hearing this, Echidna asks Leo to go to Melnis while she goes to Edvard. When Leo finds Melnus, he asks him what happened. Melnus reveals that he is an introvert, and he will have to take interviews soon to recruit the new demon in the army, but he is nervous and shy, which is why he left the army. They talk for a while until Melnus asks Leo to teach him how to be a better communicator in 3 days, to which Leo agrees to help Melnus and reports all this to Queen Echidna, in which she reveals that Edvard is very upset because he thinks he is a worthless general, and her daughter Julieta is keeping an eye on him so he won't do anything reckless. However, Leo takes Melnus to work at the mess hall so he can learn how to deal with people. Although it doesn't seem to convince Melnus, Leo gives him some advice and tells him that he can trust him. With this motivation, Melnus quickly learns to approach some clients who unfortunately are mercenaries. After he does his best to serve them, they are extremely unkind to him. The mercenaries constantly harassed Melnus, who was disguised as a waiter so that no one could recognize him. Melnus eventually became enraged and beat them for trying to push him too far. Once they got home, Leo told Melnus to have a mock interview with him since his communication skills had improved. Once in the room, Melnus asks Leo why he decided to join and how he feels about humanity after they betrayed him. But first, Melnus explains to Leo that he joined the Echidna's army to destroy the human world because his parents sold him for being half human and half demon. However, since the Echidna never wanted to kill humans, Melnus decided to overthrow her, take control of the army, and continue destroying the human world until Leo defeated Melnus on Earth. Leo explains to him that he joined them for fun and that he wants to assist Echidna in preserving her world. Leo also shares with Melnus his past. As it turns out, demons attacked people before the world evolved into what it is today. In order to counter this threat, the government decided to develop extremely potent living weapons. Leo is a genetically modified human who was created to battle the demons that day. Not only that, but he's also thousands of years old and essentially unbeatable. Leo is programmed to save humanity, and he has learned and adjusted to keep defending them. But after the humans betrayed him, Leo felt at last free to do as he pleased, so he enlisted in the Queen's army. After a few days, Leo is approached by Julieta, General Edward's daughter, who asks him for help with her father's issue. It turns out that Edward was dejected because he couldn't build his army to be powerful enough to defeat the enemies. Because of this, Edward felt ashamed of himself for getting to the point where he wanted to step down as general. On the other hand, the town miner finds an old robot and gets in touch with Leo to see if it still functions. Leo recognizes the robot as being from his time and decides to use it against Edward to demonstrate humility to him. Leo takes the robot to where Edward was with his soldiers, and they start attacking it. The soldiers are no match for the robot, so Edward decides to fight it himself. At first, the robot outmatches Edward, but after some proper instructions from Leo, he catches up with the robot and Edward defeats it, finally understanding how to properly train someone against stronger enemies. After witnessing all of this, Echidna decides to make Onyx a member of her army, so she sends Steina to find him and she warns Leo to prepare to disguise himself under the armor. Leo comes across one of Echidna's favorite books, which brings back memories of his creation era, when he was nothing more than an unfeeling demon-killing machine. One day, Leo meets a demon named Ibrid, whom he is about to kill unless he gives Leo valuable information. As a result, Leo spares his life. Leo then takes him to the demon containment center since the place is quite far away. Leo and Ibrid became closer during the trip, talking for hours and getting to know each other better. Once they arrived, Ibrid told Leo to live his life as he wants and that he doesn't have to protect humanity as his programming said. Anti-demon forces then remove Ibrid, and Leo quietly departs while always keeping this piece of advice in mind. Leo returns to the present and visits Echidna to learn what she has decided. The castle residents learn that the mono generators are running low just as Onyx is about to be introduced as the newest soldier in Echidna's army. Echidna worries that if the generators fail, the portal that connects the demon world and the human world will close. The queen retorts that they need to get the Philosopher's Stone quickly so that she can start building up her army once more while the generals are talking. Leo reveals his identity to Echidna. At first, she gets angry, but the 4 generals calm her down, and once she calms down, Leo tells them that he knows where the second Philosopher's Stone is and promises to guide them to it. They all head out to find the Philosopher's Stone, and since it was a long walk, Leo and Echidna get along better. Leo leads them to a mountain area where the Philosopher's Stone is supposed to be. Leo reveals to the generals that the Philosopher's Stone is in his heart and that if they want it, they have to kill him to get it. Leo attacks Echidna, who asks for an explanation for his behavior. Leo only responds that he is looking for a worthy successor and needs to know how strong she is. Leo keeps attacking the Echidna and the fight continues until she loses power and Leo defeats her. When he's about to deliver the final blow, Edward saves the queen. At that moment, a fight begins between all the generals against Leo. Leo defeats the generals even though they put up a lot of resistance. They keep asking him to explain what he's doing, and he keeps responding that it's for the benefit of humanity because if he doesn't die, he might personally bring about the end of the world. Since Leo's whole existence relies on the world being in danger, he's so powerful that he can destroy the whole world just for the sake of his purpose. And suddenly Echidna recalls an ancient spell her father taught her that could spiralize Leo for a while. But casting that spell requires some time. So Echidna asks Steina to keep Leo busy while she charges up once again and releases the power to neutralize Leo. When the attack hits Leo, he remembers his past and his purpose to save humanity, and he thanks Echidna. Leo lived for thousands of years, defeating and saving humanity on numerous occasions until the Earth was at peace. Leo reveals that his programming wouldn't allow him to live in peace, so he is on the verge of going insane. Leo admits that he even considered developing a weapon that would endanger humanity so that he could battle it to protect them, but he realized his error and decided to end his life. He also began his search for the correct successor to his power when Echidna appeared, invading a village where Leo saw that the queen was very kind and honorable. Actually, the whole story about Leo joining the demon's army was just a test. He wanted to make sure if Echidna was worthy of inheriting the Philosopher's Stone, and hence it has been proven that she is. The attack Echidna launched on Leo stunned his healing factor. The generals were able to attack Leo, nearly killing him. When Leo is finally defeated, his body cracks open, revealing the Philosopher's Stone to the generals. Leo offers his friends farewell and warns them that they only have a few seconds to kill him before his auto-healing abilities reactivate. As a result, he begs each of the generals and Echidna to kill him so they can use the Philosopher's Stone's power to revive the demon realm. But every general refuses to kill him. When Echidna is about to take the stone, she stops and tells Leo that she won't kill him and that he better join her army. Leo is stunned by the decision. He begins to look for someone else to support his decision to die and kill him before the timer runs out. Leo wants to die, but Edward rejects the idea of killing him, and even Melnus chastises him for it, counsels him against it, and even tells him to try to disable the order to save humanity rather than live his own life. When Leo hears these words, he remembers Ibrid and is able to deactivate the order that was implanted in his head. As a result, his injuries begin to heal after the allotted amount of time has passed. Then Echidna offers her hand to Leo, and he happily accepts it, and the next day Leo joins Echidna's army to continue supporting her in the fight to make a better place for demons to live in. After that, a romantic scene was about to happen. I mean the kiss between Leo and Echidna, but Jurietta interrupted them, and sadly, we missed the scene. Hero or villain, no one is really evil, it is just a matter of perception and the decisions that must be taken, and that's what makes one a good or evil person in others' eyes. And that was the I'm Quitting Heroing anime recap. We hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to hit that sub button and comment down below for the next anime recap.